My guest today is Dr. Hao Tran. He is a cardiologist in Sydney, Australia. I had the privilege of meeting Dr. Tran in an online Kung Fu class that he teaches. Hi, Dr. Tran. Thank you for your time today, and I would love to have you introduce yourself.
So my name's Hao. I'm a cardiology trainee in Sydney, Australia. I guess I'm drawn to cardiology because it's quite a common condition that a lot of people have. That is a convergence of a lot of other dilemmas like high blood pressure, diabetes, high cholesterol. I guess the footprint of the change that you can make in cardiology is quite significant, whether it be preventing problems all the way to dealing with the manifestation of complex problems after you've missed the boat. And so I also have a background in martial arts. I have an idea of preventing unbalance in the body before it happens. So the martial arts part of my life is keeping someone healthy. And then the medicine part of my life is kind of returning them to health when they've kind of lost balance.
So you've obviously heard this phrase, and it's not a direct quote, but it's kind of been condensed over the years to let food be thy medicine, right?
Yeah.
So what does that statement kind of bring up for you?
We talk about evidence-based medicine, but I guess the breadth and depth of human experience is often encapsulated in these small motifs of things passed down from generation to generation. And a very similar Chinese sentiment is Beng Chong Hao Yap, which basically means your diseases come from what you put in your mouth. So a lot of the imbalances that manifest with disease often come from its origin in diet. And obviously, the converse of that is if you eat well, the food itself is potentially medicinal, whether it be a preventative medicine or a therapeutic medicine.
So, Dr. Tran, what would be your food recommendation for us today?
So my food recommendation for today is something I have every day myself and has evolved over 6 to 12 months. It's tasty, it's simple, and it encapsulates a lot of ideas within it in terms of it working. And so what I'd like to share with you is a recipe or the idea of a morning muesli breakfast.
Awesome. So what is muesli? Can you explain that?
So my particular one is dried oats mixed with a mixture of any type of nuts. So the nuts I usually have are walnuts, almonds, cashews, chia seeds. We put in the egg white to keep it together as you bake it. And then once you've finished with all those dry ingredients and you bake it and they're toasty, then you can add your dried fruits. So what I do is I have this muesli and then I couple it with fresh fruit in the morning. So maybe 2 strawberries, 7 or so blueberries. And then I put some homemade yogurt. I pop on some ground cinnamon on top. The reason why I feel it works is it has different energy profiles. So it has quick acting foods which give you a burst, which you need to wake you up. The fructose inside the strawberries and the blueberries give you that high GI quick burst of sugar that wakes you up. So then the second peak is the kind of more protracted peak of lower GI foods, which is the rolled oats and the kind of the unprocessed carbohydrates inside that slowly release energy that lasts a few hours. And then there's the fat of the yogurt, which gives you satiety, so you feel full. There's the nuts, which is protein, and that makes you feel full. And then the cinnamon with the chia seeds, whatever you put on it, is also good for fiber, so that, especially if you're elderly, it helps keeping you regular, which is good, important for everyone. What's important to understand is that you can't be just picking foods that are low GI, and that's the only kind of demarcation of what's good and bad. There's glycemic index, which is how fast the sugar comes out, but there's also glycemic load, which is how much energy is in your actual food. So that's where portion size comes in.
I was going to ask you about how much you're serving yourself. So you said would you say like a half a cup?
Yeah, just like a handful of, that's all. That's all of it. The handful, the handful includes, the fistful includes the yogurt, the nuts, and because of its make, it takes you to lunch, and with not much caloric intake, but enough to wake you up and get you there. That's Muesli.
Dr. Tran, thank you for your time. We really enjoyed learning about the simplicity of the changes that we can make that could potentially improve our health. And I love the idea of a small bowl of muesli. The concept of glycemic index and glycemic load paired together really landed and helped me understand that a little better. So thank you.